Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday afternoon now. We are live for PM session with the lab here. Just making sure you guys can hear me well, that we've got everything good. Just doing a couple checks and balances here, and then we are good to get started. Hope we're all doing fantastic today. We are live trading some PM, which as of right now, we're currently seeing a V-shaped recovery form. Anti, Jip, Yip, what's up? OX, what's up? What's up? Morning, everybody. Hope we're doing well. Nice V-shaped recovery here on SPY, also with ES and NASDAQ. So honestly expecting higher prices. Typically, you guys know when I see a V-shaped recovery, I really like to see a continuation of price. So ideally looking for ES and NQ to regain some good relative strength here and continue back up. Honestly, I would like Power Hour to make a retrace all the way back up to the 7150 here and on NQ back to the 27s. Honestly, it'd be really nice just because there's quite a bit of relative strength. SPY as well in versus fair value gap. So it looks quite bullish right now. Dylan OX, what's up? Hope we're doing well, bosses. So yeah, as of right now, that's kind of what I'm watching for. This technically accounts, even though it's a C4, this also does account for a C2 sweep here if we talk about a new range. So looking for ES to close back above 7136.50 and look for some potential continuations higher off the C2 because this closure here is going to be a C2 closure above the change in state, where ideally I'd be looking for higher prices off of this. We'll likely see a price retrace, but ES has already validated the SIST. If NASDAQ validates the SIST now, we're going to definitely see prices push higher here. Ideally, see SPY back into the 708s and then ES back into the 40s would be kind of the preferred stance here. But good morning. It's C Mikey D. What's up? Hope we're doing well. Happy Thursday. How's everybody's trading days been, or trading weeks, we should say, because we're coming close on a Friday now. How's everybody's trading weeks going? Are we doing well? We making ourselves proud? Not proud? Did we follow our rules? I was here on Monday session and I was telling you all to set yourself a list of rules you were going to swear by and follow by for this week. So I'm wondering, were we smart? Did we actually follow those rules, or were we maybe not the smartest this week? I'm genuinely curious. Green week 3 for 4. Fire. There we go, Shams. That's what we like to hear, baby. 3 for 4 on the week. Huge. SPY. Let's get it back up above the 708 here. That'd be really nice. Ideally see a good push here on 708, and we'll see a very, very, very strong continuation on price. V-shaped reversals are my favorite. You guys know this. This is a classic. So we'll see. Green week. Probably going to be my first red week since the start of March. Well, hey, it happens. It's part of the process. Consider it a market tuition day and move on, or market tuition week and move on. That's the reality. Markets aren't always going to be presentable. Yeah, for myself, I had a pretty solid green week. Had some really good trades, even smashed a couple really good trades live with all of you, which was super sick. But now we are just kind of sitting back in the saddle here. I really need to see NQ close above this SIST ideally. I don't want to see a continuation of price lower. Price is already drawn out. Quite an aggressive bearish move here. So ideally looking for these higher prices. Give it to me, NQ. Don't fail that closure. We got 15 seconds. Oh, it's going to fail that closure. Definitely going to fail this closure here on NQ. OX, that's kind of the process though. You know what happens. It's kind of, some weeks are green, some weeks are red, but as long as you're consistent. Did you stay is this a big red week for you, or is this a controlled red week? I think that's the next question I have for you. Is that, was this controlled damage or uncontrolled damage? Wow, really looking like we're going to see higher prices, but I just need to see this good V-shaped reversal. I want to see some good relative strength. Like, just push up higher here, man. Come on, give it to me. All right, looks like price is going to retrace a bit here. Come on. Come on. Not what I'm looking to see. I really want to see failed closure above NQ here. Gives me a lack of faith in this expansion higher. Instead, it's looking like we're going to see an invalidation of continuations, which is not my preferred method, chat. Typically, I really like to see a continuation of price here, especially with the V-shaped recovery. I'm red because I'm new. That's fair. That's fair. Big red, small red, what does that look like? I'm always going to ask you guys if it was a controlled loss or not, though, because I think that's the biggest mistake beginner traders make is they don't know how to control their losses. And so that's how you end up blowing accounts. Are you trading relatively light size, Ante? No, not big at all. Definitely controlled. Good stuff, OX. That's what we like to hear. Ideally looking for power hour to really push up here like this, you know? I want this strong movement. Get me back to the 708 here. Spy back in the 708s. Bang, bang. Oh, was that news? Who spoke, chat? Who spoke? Oh, geez, somebody spoke again. NQ's gonna fail this closure again. It's just gonna continue lower. No! What is this? What is this? Come on. Hold above the 708s. Chat, does anybody know if there's news happening right now? How do you join in the lab trading? These sessions. That's exactly how you join. We're free. Lab trading is completely free. We're live every day, every session. London, New York Open, New York PM session. So pop on by. Green week so far, just passing eval today. Goal for funded is just hammering 1.5 hour trades and stack weekdays. Kappa, that's the way to do it. I mean, I literally preach that process in front of every single one of you. So I'm a big fan of the 1.5 hour compounding, man. I can't lie. Come on, NQ, give me a strong closure above this 60, because then we can frame this as a C2 framework and we could see a potential expansion higher off of this. Really what I'm anticipating. Subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to get involved. Subscribe to the channel because we're free. 100% free to give you guys some quality education, man. Nice. NQ, don't reject. Just give me that good closure above. See, this is what I don't like. I don't want indecision. I want decision. No way. NQ fails a closure last second. You're joking me. They're playing with me today, Chad. They do not want to see Leo Invests win today, man. Bid on those options are going to rip. It didn't even close above 708. Oh, how unfortunate. Look at this bummy price action on the three. This is the 3 minute as well. This isn't even the 1 minute time frame we're seeing this bad of. Come on. We literally right before the stream, we saw such a good V-shaped reversal. Why don't you just continue that? Expand higher. I know you really want to. Oh, that's going to be so unfortunate if we don't get that and it just ends up reversing here and continuing price lower. That'd be so sad because price was ready. So you wouldn't consider this a C3 candle right now on the 30 minute. This would be a C4 on the 30, but technically this would have been the C2 sweep had we closed above, but failed closure means it's not even a C2. So now it looks like we're either going to chop sideways or expand price lower still. We're going to see a bearish continuation of price, which it's not what I wanted, but you know, can't have it all, chat. I really want to see a continuation of price though. We inversed the fair value gap and also closed above a smaller time frame. Actually, no, not even. Wow. Oh yeah, we confirmed a 1 minute 60. So ideally I'm trying to see price expand higher off this, but see how we're kind of sideways? This gives me a lot of indecision. I want to take a trade live with you guys. Also today, officially requested 5 top step max payouts today. So we're feeling good, chat. Today was a good day. We ended off my trading week. I'll probably trade a little bit tomorrow, but ended off my trading week. Oh, my finance processing just got approved as well at 8:05 a.m. So I've got 5 $4,500 payouts inbound today. So it's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day to be a trader, chat. We escaped the crazy markets. See, Nas is going to keep failing to close this. Nas is just not going to give me what I want. It's going to keep rejecting off the 60 like it's a support level, which is not what I want. Nice. Congrats. GG. Congrats. Yeah, I appreciate it. 29, 26, 920 bearish block. I mean, it's what it's seeming like, right? Right at the 60, though. It's even at like the 23.25. Seems like quite a bit of resistance. I love that we start the stream and then the gardeners just decided to show up. So apologies, guys, if you hear a little bit of some vibration. I'll keep the mic a little closer. Come on, NQ. If NQ can just close above the 60, we'll be fine. But we've had 4 failed closures above it now. So makes me a little skeptical. Nice. Congrats. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's a good day. It is a good day. Ending off my week, we ended up securing some profits and scoring. So, oh my God. Failed closure again on the 3 minute on NQ. What a nightmare. How big of a drop was this? I also didn't realize how big of a drop was this. Wow. 400, that was a 400 point drop. Talk about an all-time high dump. Chat, that was a 400 point drop in less than an hour. Wow. I didn't even realize that. I was driving, so I missed that market entirely. Look at this. This is not what you want to see, but it's a recollection of orders. So I'm hoping this accumulation leads to a pop-up in power hour around 3 o'clock. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But like SPY's slowly grinding its way higher up to these 708s. But like theta is going to kill those contracts. We're going to see futures kind of just less. We're going to see less open interest on these contracts as we get closer to close as well. And Q, just give it to me, man. I'm tired. I'm tired, NASDAQ. I'm just curious to know what's the theta on those contracts. Minus 1.1 on the in the monies. Oy, oy, oy. Not what you want. Congrats on your payout. Can you tell us more about your model? Yeah. Every single recap. Mikey D, I trade continuations. So I wait for manipulations to occur and I wait for then retracements in fair value gaps that get validated with a change in state of delivery. If you actually check out the lab Twitter right now, there's a recap for my trade. And then I also have a couple on my personal channel too. A couple recaps. So I would definitely recommend checking those out because I've gone through the model quite a bit. So if you're interested, I would recommend looking at the videos so that you can get like you can replay it rather than just me tell you one time on a call and you be confused. Or not confused. Maybe you'll get it on one grasp, but just for the sake of your sanity. Dude, if NQ, this is gonna be one, two, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be 6 failed closures if this doesn't land. 6 failed closures above this SIST. SPY at 708, 11. I want to see if we can make this 400 point recovery. That would be diabolical. Thanks for the info. Yeah, of course. I didn't mean to like revert you to other information. New York, no, I trade New York AM primarily. I'm just on session today for PM. A little bit SMT at the highs. Come on. If NASDAQ rejects last second and fails this closure, I'm likely going to be tradeless for this session. Oh my God, look at this. What is this resistance? What is this resistance? We're going to get a failed closure. Oh my God, it's actually going to go bearish. It's a failed closure again. Wow. Again. All right, well, there goes 6 official failed closures. That is diabolical. That is genuinely diabolical. Talk about an accumulation. This is not what we want to see at the start of a 2 o'clock session, chat. Yeah, and we have bearish SMT. Yeah, on top of that, we have bearish SMT. Okay, bit of a pop-up here, I guess. And bearish SMT. I want to see this reaccumulation. I'm hoping this became a bit of a manipulation leg before we see an expansion off this. Like an internal sweep on the 1. See like back into this micro fair value. Price got filled on that, but I just want this 3-minute closure because I'm scouting the 3-minute SIST. Curious as to why you're looking for longs. You have SMT minute 30. I'm not necessarily looking for longs. I just want to see if price will retrace a bit higher. I don't think I'm going to be playing longs here, especially now we have bearish SMT. I'm less keen on that. But the reason would be is typically I would want to, I mean, this was such a long move. I'm not interested in this as much. But when we have a 400 point move in 45 minutes, you can typically expect market to see quite an aggressive retrace. So I was more looking to see if we would see continuations of price to retrace deep into the 400 point move. And Q's at high volumes UDT strike lots of dealer hedging here. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I feel like power hour is going to get messy today, especially after a 400 point drop, like into the PM session. Looks like it's going to get messy. Chat, let's make our bets. Are we failing this closure here again? What do we think? Are we failing this closure? Yeah, Biochem. Biochem Comps. I love that name. I will never forget that name every time you're in this stream. And Mikey D, lab.live just posted the link in chat for the 44 point all-time highs trade. So would highly recommend checking that out if you haven't already. I think Nasdaq's going to fail this closure again. it does not have the relative strength to move higher. Like technically with this move, I'm expecting this retrace and the EQ to have a bit of resistance, of course, but still think we have it in us to move a little higher. I get hot, da, 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 da. New high day, yeah, right. Many thanks. Yeah, of course. And if you have any questions as well, like don't hesitate to reach out to me personally. Would love to answer your questions. 24 seconds. Do we fail this closure? I have faith that Nasdaq isn't going to fail this closure. Chat. I'm speaking to the market makers. Let Nasdaq close above the 60 so we can retrace and slowly expand higher. I have faith that Nasdaq is not going to fail this closure. I just like it's that market tuition chat. It's not failing that closure. It's not failing that closure. I just have that market tuition that it was enough. There we go. No failed closure. That market tuition chat. I just had to like massage my forehead there for a sec, my temples. Okay, well, or we can do this. And market makers were pissed that we closed above, so now we're shorting it before. No, I think this pops up higher though. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this candle chat. This is gonna be a messy PM session. I'm really not keen on getting involved on this chat. I can't even lie to you guys. There's really no reason for me to want to get involved on this when price is being that wonky, you know? Ideally, would like it to see it flip, consider that a big retrace before we continue to expand higher. I'm also looking to remove this bearish SMT because that's pretty mean. I can't lie. That SMT is kind of mean. If we can remove that SMT and expand higher off that, I'd be happy. Like previous day low, so may look to continue higher. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That's why I wanted this SysD closure here. I wanted that SysD closure, and if we can remove this SMT, Nasdaq will regain some price. But SPY back up back below 708. Looks messy, chat. Like even the 1 minute, look at this. This is a nightmare. Consolidation nightmare with a slight bullish uptrend here. I get hot, da, 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 da. Can remove the inversion since we know we inverse the fair value. If there's a validation soon, we could potentially play light size longs just because but the thing is, if we keep chopping like this, then I'm not interested in playing longs because that'll just mean that it's a battle between markets right now, between bulls and bears, and that's just gonna kill. There's potential to get invalidated. Like you guys see at a random 221 candle, we see what, like a 30-point candle form, a 40-point candle form within like 10 seconds of the 221 open. Not worth it, you know? Ideally, see this reclose above, and if we can remove this bearish SMT, we'll see price higher because we do have a few of these imbalances left unfilled. So ideally, I'm looking to see NQ trace back into this high 26.9 range. That would be the most ideal for me. That feeling when you enter the trade, but Leo says he doesn't want to get involved. I like it. I'm not saying it's the worst. Like I think we're gonna grind higher here, but it's just like we have a bearish SMT and look at the price action on NQ. Like, do you really want to get involved on that? No, right? Realistically, you don't want to. I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to get involved in that. I'm already up on the day, so I'm trying to preserve my capital, not lose it to irrational trading. Just remove the bearish SMT. Like the 221, if we could see a crazy like 30-point candle higher here, that'd be epic. Go full screen here. On the 30-minute, well, it's because when you look at the fractal, we formed a C2 sweep up here. We formed a candle 2 sweep from the previous 30, which was the 12 o'clock to 12:30. So 12 to 12:30, we swept out the high of the 12 to 12:30. Once we swept the high, SysD closure, C3 movement, C4 movement, and then now we're seeing the end of a C4 where we're tracing higher. That's literally all I did, was just utilizing C2, C3, C4. Now it's a reset. So this is likely a C1 range. We'll wait until the 2:30, form a C2, likely see a manipulation, and then we can trade another side. That's literally all I did was just using fractal sweep from a previous 30-minute sweep and then confirm that as a C4 just on the 30. With that drop, can you explain how to manage where to stop from the fall candle? What do you mean where to stop from the fall candle? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a little more explanation of what you need clarification on. Just remove the bearish SMT. This is like chat. Why is that? I feel like the past 3 p.m. sessions when I've hopped on, we've just had the most garbage price action. Like the move occurs before, and then when I hop on at 2, it's like the most god awful PM session. How to manage where to stop from the fall camp. But what do you mean by how to manage where to stop? Like when price is gonna stop tracing lower? Is that what you mean? Because if so, that's a very discretionary question. There's many different approaches to that. Yes, swing at 26,740. Well, for me, it's just more as the confirmation that we've at the end of a C4, typically I like to consider that the end of a move. So C4 already played out with an expansion, so you can expect that after a C1 through C4 expansion, expect a retracement. Also, standard deviations like -4 to -4.5 standard deviation becomes a good level for me to watch as well. To chat, look at this. Like if I open up the 1 minute, this is gonna be the most boring thing. Look at this. Shh. Shh. Literally fall asleep on this. Look at this chat. We have formed. Look at this range, chat. Literally a 40-point range, and we're just tightly accumulating within that range. That is so boring. Give me some exciting. Thank you, though. Yeah, of course. Do you think trading options dilutes your focus on the futures market? Not at all. I think it actually helps because options you look for larger frame movements. Futures often you guys like to look pretty scalpy. Like you're like, I'm looking for a short-term retrace. I'm looking for this. When I trade options, in order for my strikes to start making money, I need to get my contract in the money. So I start looking at dollar movements, like 50-cent movement, dollar movements. And because QQQ and SPY are correlating with both NQ and ES, I can use those to my advantage to help me find general bias. And so actually, it's helped me out on futures trades, Slayer. This is so buns, chat. Why do I feel like I've hopped on PM session a few times now and like we just had the worst sessions on PM. But then you guys see me smash like some crazy trades on AM session, but then PM it's just like garbage. Like this is garbage price action. This ain't what your boy's trying to get involved with, chat. Oh hell no. Typically I do weeklies. I also swing quite often, so I do monthly and bi-monthly biochem. But if I'm day trading, I do 1 to 3 day expiration. Can you tell us about your trading? I like how you analyze the market. Thank you. I appreciate it. Can you tell us about your trading story? I've traded for 7 years. So my first ever time throwing real money in an account was January 7th of 2019. Excuse me. January 7th of 2019. Um, I'll make a video on it as well. But basically got super involved with trading. I was working 2 retail jobs. I was working at a grocery store and a running shoe store. I hated making minimum wage, working for other people and dealing with shitty people. Just wasn't my cup of tea. And always knew I was a people person, but also had a very technical mind. Like I'm an engineer. I've always had a very technical mind. I've always liked pattern recognition. I've always liked analyzing things, period. And so trading kind of gave me an excuse. I actually learned about trading when I was trying to find ways to make money online. So fun fact, the first ever time I started making money online was because I searched up free or like paid surveys. So you could take like surveys for psychology companies and stuff. and started taking paid surveys for like Amazon gift cards online, and I would resell those Amazon gift cards for money, believe it or not. And then from there, just kind of fell in love with trading a lot more, and just continued to trade more volume, more size, and actually blew up quite a bit. Actually, well, I fucked up really bad during COVID with trading. And then those of you that don't know me, you might not know this, but I actually, I have a parent with an immunodisorder, and so when COVID came around, it was pretty scary because there was no vaccines, and that became a very big risk for my parent. And so I isolated with them, like literally, we had basically no human interaction, and I spent that time learning how to trade, which sounds really funny, but like that's actually what I did. I learned how to trade because I wanted to find ways to make money whilst I couldn't work like a retail job. And then online surveys were how I did it. Just kind of continued. Also, we've officially removed that SMT bless. Um, Found ways to do it and then blew up in markets. I was using too many paychecks and I was trading penny stocks, literally lost a year and a half worth of paychecks. Then started super aggressively analyzing potential pharmaceutical companies that were creating potential vaccines. And I stumbled across Moderna. And I was so confident because Moderna was sort of passing some of their trial phases, not all of them, but they seemed like the more promising COVID vaccine. And I was very curious to know whether or not that would be something I'd be able to do, like if I'd be able to trade Moderna. So I started learning about options because I searched up ways because I couldn't buy like Moderna shares were like $30, but I didn't thought it was a lot of capital to be spent on like one share value with the chance of it going for like a few bucks. And so instead, your boy ended up learning about options online and like through Twitter and social media. And I had an old Twitter page that got banned because I started it when I was underage, but I posted about Moderna. And I literally said on Twitter, I was like, hey guys, like you don't understand, Moderna's the next stock. It was like $23 a share for lucky, 23, $30 a share. I was like, Moderna's gonna get approved as a vaccine. Like, I'm telling you all. And I had so many people like, you're ridiculous. Like, every company on the world is working on COVID vaccines. Like, good luck thinking that that's gonna work. Was so confident in it. I literally threw in, I could not even tell every penny I was making, including savings, I threw into Moderna calls with a 6 month expiration, and some yearly contracts as well. Fast forward about 5.5 months, guess what got approved? Moderna vaccines. Moderna stock within literally 3.5 months shot up from $30 a share to over $400 a share. And some of those option contracts that I had, those yearly and by month and the 6 month expirations went over 16,000% profit. I had this one tweet. I don't know, some of you actually might even know this tweet if you were around the option space. Um, Ended up getting like almost 2 million views and it blew up. And I had a bunch of people, I had like businesses talking to me. They were like, oh, dude, like, explain how you knew. I had allegations for insider trading and I had people threatening to sue me, which is funny because it had nothing to do with them as a person, but I had people threatening to sue me that I was like an inside trader, which was fucking crazy for me at the time. Keep in mind, your boy was like what was I, like 18, 19 at that point? Jeez Louise, like I was a young buck, right? So a bit insane, just at my age having to deal with that. And then started just continuing to invest from there. And like those contracts made me, I mean, that was my biggest trade. Even to this day, that was the biggest trade of my life. And so instead of spending it, I was like shocked. Finally decided to tell my parents, reinvested most of it into long-term markets, used a little bit of some play money, like a few thousand as some play money for like me at the time. But yeah, Chad, that was kind of the gist there. And then kept trading options. Actually became really good friends with T Trades. For those of you that know him, he reached out to me on Twitter for an options trade tracker he made. And I really liked it. So I used it for a bit. He was a hustler, dude. You guys don't know T in the early days, bro. This guy was hustling. He was like building products for options traders and trade trackers and trade journals. Like he was on the whole trade journaling side before TradeZella. Like, had he created TradeZella, he probably would have if he had the monetary resources at the time. Dude was a fucking grinder, chat. Like, he's genuinely one of the hardest working people I know, without a doubt. Like, T Trades is the hardest, probably one of the hardest working people I know. And then did continue to trade options, traded options full time after Moderna. Literally, I made a very good amount of money from that, and then transition from options into futures after I kind of met T and then the futures community because options were nice, but I didn't like day trading options, even though I did it for quite some time. So I actually ended up doing swing trading, but I was bored that I wasn't doing something on a daily basis to like get my mental fix for futures trading. So your boy ended up picking up or for like reading markets and analyzing markets. So your boy ended up doing what you would think, and I ended up trading futures. And now we're full-time futures and I do option swing trading. That's kind of the story. That is literally the story, chat. And that's all there is to it. Yeah. So that's the story for all of you there. Wow. And see, here we go. There's the expansion I was talking about, guys. There's the Sisti as well, marked out by the fractal. Not a lot of imbalances forming during the C two there. That's the C2 closure. Technically, that's the C2, but like the C3 is so scummy. This is terrible movement. See that chat? Impressive for that. Dude, I was just like I can't even lie. I was like autistic for data. I wish I could say I was like chalant with it, but dude, I was so autistic for data. I love data. So I've always been big involved. Also, yeah, these are those option calls that I wanted on SPY. I was looking at those at 7:07:10 at the start of the stream. And yeah, fun fact too, Chad. I was actually with the boys in production, the back there, and I'm in an options call position on SPY, the 708 calls. And I'm in with one more contract. Now I just didn't want to alert it on stream, but we are indeed on these option contracts. We're back in the IB range. When you see an inversion fair value gap, especially on stocks, like you expect to retrace higher. I'm not one to trade inversions, but they are quite nice. Touch of the tism. Yeah, a little bit. I can't lie, dude. Should I stay watching this market with you, or should I enjoy Anna Maria Island with the fam? Anna Maria Island with the fam Slayer. I would, I could lie and say, come hang out, dude. Enjoy experiences with the fam, bro. Seriously, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be actually, fun fact, I think I'm gonna be on AM session tomorrow morning. I wasn't scheduled in, but my boy Alex is alone on AM session tomorrow, so we're getting on it, baby. We're getting on it. So I'll be on AM session tomorrow. So I'll see you guys. So Slayer, pop in tomorrow morning. I'll see you then. Enjoy time with the fam. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then I leave to Florida because I'm moving in with T Trades. So see you in the morning, brother. See you in the morning, Slayer. Have a good one, boss. Wow, dude. So fun fact, I bought these option calls for 110 a piece, the 708s, and now they're 186, almost 100% on those. Wow. I'm in with one more contract. Bit of a fumble on my end. Bit of a fumble. If I had held that, it would have been a $7,000 trade. But c'est la vie, man. C'est la vie, you know? It happens, my brothers. Yeah, chat. That's kind of the I hope that made sense, kind of the journey behind my trading, but that was literally it. Like I wish I could give you a more exciting story, but I mean that was kind of it. And I've always just been really engaged with data, markets, people, things, watching markets move. Like that's just always kind of been in my brain, and I wanted that itch. I've been long two micros, gonna sell it. Nice, badly. Well done. Yeah, I didn't take any futures because there was no entry and I didn't want a deeper. See, this was, notice how I told you guys I wanted to see price make it into this inversion, then we'd likely see a retracement. Look at that. Whoa, it's funny. It's kind of like when you spend 7 years around markets, you have an idea on how indices and stocks move. So I'm closing out of most of the SPY position here at the IB low. So um, gonna leave this final one just to see if we can pull into the 50%, but I'm out for the most part. Awesome story. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that you guys like it. Just thought I'd give, I mean, a little insight. Why not? Little insight on low invest life. I feel like you guys don't get the depth of me, but your boy does indeed have a story of his own. I am a real person after all. Also, I'm gonna really quickly just get this screen. There we go. Bang, bang, bang. Wow, I accidentally closed the YouTube chat. Trying to see if I can move this to the side. I'm getting give me just a sec here, chat. I don't know why my Discord is being held hostage by the Zoom button here. Give me just a second, chat. All right, got you guys back on the chat. Bro, did you take a long? No, I did not. I just took an options call position. I did not take a futures position here. I didn't have an entry signature, especially if you really expect me to enter a trade in this chop. I think you haven't been on the streams enough, is all I'm gonna say, man. You haven't been on the streams enough. Telling you right now, man, this isn't my cup of tea, chat. Crazy. We were at what, 27-1. Would have been a nice place to DCA a bit here. No lie. I want to see if price continues to pull higher here though. Be nice if SPY could pull higher during power hour, we just retrace into this imbalance here and pull higher. Be quite nice. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? I want to see price reject off that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Don't inverse it. Just see if we pop higher off this. That'd be really cool. Do you not consider daily bias when you're in three? Of course I consider daily bias. But sometimes daily bias switches, move in a different direction, and you just bite the bullet and you go against daily bias and you see what the smaller time frame. You use the 15 and hourly. Sometimes daily bias is conflicting, so what I do is I literally just hop on the hourly, see where the hourly confluence is, and I trade the hourly. I trade the hourly 15-minute and then 1-minute entry. Well, it looks like price definitely is indeed rejecting off this fair value, to say the least, chat. Thanks for the insight. We'll hop off for now. We'll join another session. See you tomorrow morning. Hop in tomorrow morning. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I think if you're married to daily buy, unless you trade higher time from expansion like daily expansions, there's no reason why you should be going against, or there's honestly no bad reason why you can't go against daily bias, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense actually. Wow. All right. Well, it looks like that imbalance is going to hold here. Let's see if this fair value is holding quite well. See whether or not price holds this or if we just keep fucking sending it lower. Jeez Louise, chat. Bit of a reject, eh? I wanted to see that pop up. Ideally, I don't want to see it reclose above this if we want to expand higher on this. I want to see power hour really pump up here. Quite a big reject, but we're also in a higher time frame gap. Let's see, we have this gap here, so yeah, I love that. I trade standard deviations that if price is trapped in a range in between, I snipe at 90% of my wins this week. Hey, honestly, fair. Element, I can see that being the case. I actually have, that's really funny. I have a buddy of mine, super profitable trader based in LA that trades exactly like that. If it's trapped within a range, but he knows where general bias lies, he'll snipe it. He'll snipe, a breakout off of an accumulation like here. Yeah, I knew price was going to move higher. That's why I literally told you guys I'm watching for price to break out above this high. Second we do, markets sent higher to the next imbalance. I have a friend that literally trades the breakout of that into the next imbalance or the next gap. That's literally all he does. So Element, I see the process, dude. I have a buddy that trades identical. That's really neat. Good on you, mate. Well done. Yeah, chat, apologies by the way if it's just not the most exciting stream here. It's like once again, on every stream I'm going to tell you guys this, but if I'm not seeing a setup form and I'm ready up on the day, why am I going to force a trade? I'm never gonna force a trade, chat. You won't catch my ass forcing a trade, man. Hell no. Good wick here. Failed to close below that low here. Ideally looking for price to pull higher because that's a failed closure below the imbalance, and we fully filled out that wick too. Although fewer entries, I look a lot at the hourly in line with daily, then wait for hourly and 4 hour flip using 15.5. 15.5, great. Yeah, honestly, Angus, I'm a fan. Big fan. Big fan of that, boss. Failed closure below this imbalance. I want to see price push back into the IB range to be so. If we could pull back into the first 15-minute range of open on SPY, we'll see market probably send it at 3 o'clock higher. But if not, likely not. Likely just see a major invalidation here. Because look at this. Ooh, it's ugly. Thanks, brother. Yeah, didn't expect market bounce back right away. Yeah, right. Well, now I'm skeptical. I still want to see price V-shaped reversal. Chat, this is a proper V-shaped reversal. I really want to see price pull higher off this. Da, 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 falling against the sky when. All right, well, fuck you, SPY, I guess. Didn't want it anyway, SPY. Inverse that fair value then. Twat. Thanks, brother. Yep. Yep. No, don't inverse this. Yes. Don't inverse it. Yes, you're being weird again. You're being weird. Yes is being weird again. Delta close above it. Wow, it literally necklined it. It necklined this fair value gap up here too on ES. Nas at least filled it. ES filled it as well, but damn. By the way, chat, like and subscribe to the streams. We're doing these segments 100% for free. Just a heads up. I wouldn't be surprised if people got burnt today. Seems like the type of market that a lot of accounts would get burnt on. Well, that's going to be an inversion. Might as well pre-market out here as an inversion. Buy yes. Looks like that imbalance I marked out might be the high of this power hour. Unless we can see it, if in the next few minutes it can fail this inversion here, then cool, we'll see price pull higher. But this ain't looking good, chat. If we fail this inversion like in the next few minutes, then this will be fine. We'll see price continue higher. If not, chat, it's a GG's here. A GG's on market. I like your stream. Thank you, T. I appreciate it, TS. Thank you. It's what we're here for, man. I appreciate the comments. It actually motivates me to get on these segments because your boy was tired today, but I was like, dude, I'm here to entertain and provide some education, man. I want us to make some money. These long calls aren't looking too good here. I wanted my last contract to pump higher, but come see, come saw market. First time here, but it's super insightful. Very happy to hear it, guys. Thank you for the comments. I really appreciate it. I got really unlucky today. Took a 1 hour C3 continuation short NQ until 5 stopped out, then went for a walk. Market nuked. Dude, oblivious. Happens to the best of us, man. That's literally all I can say. It happens to the best of us. Well, fuck that, chat. Inversion is gonna send this market lower. Bye, yes. Bye, Nasdaq. Oh, fuck, it's gonna reclose back below that low. Likely, maybe it sweeps that and pulls. Not looking good, chat. That's looking like a dumper. That is looking like a dumper. Oh, geez. Wow, chat. That one singular fair value. I literally told you guys, in this accumulation, we could target this fair value before price continues lower. And I didn't trim out my last contract at that price level. I got greedy, chat. I got greedy for more. Got greedy to see over 100% on this, and I'm paying the price on this last contract. We're going to be back break even on this soon. I'm actually going to get tagged out of this break even likely. Wise words, my man. You know it. Oh, brother. Oh, NASDAQ is weak. Look at this chat. Since that high, it's an 80-point move since that fair value I called out to you guys. Oof. That is a bummer. All right. Bye, market. Everybody say bye, NASDAQ. She's going low. Look at how weak NQ and ES are now, dude. Ay, ay, ay. I said if we sweep this out, we could see retrace back to the fair value. We swept out this relevant move here. This 227 is relevant low. Maybe it acts as resistance. Shoot it back up. She may melt. Yeah, it's seeming like it. We failed to close below here, but not what you want to see, chat. Little sisty here. Uh-oh. Not good. It'll likely retrace and then dump, but yeah, it looks like we might have a power hour dump. Bone against the sky while we hit it up. Do, 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 do. Likely going to retrace into the sisty here. That's a decent short signature, though. I can't lie. Wait, is there SMT with YM? Aha, nope, no SMT with YM. I was going to say, if you saw SMT with YM, aha, no SMT, though. Oh, jeepers. Oh, jeepers, chat. This doesn't look good. Likely retrace the sisty here, though. Failed disclosure for a second time will be in luck, but I wanted my last contract to at least tap back into this fair value. I'll sell out of it if we tap back into the FEG. If not, it's a goner, chat. It's respectfully, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet on this and say it's a goner. Pop up to the 62s. So chat though, what's your Friday focus for tomorrow? Are we trading Friday? Are we veering away from Friday? Are we gonna hop on the segment and not trade? Are we gonna be an alert bot? What's kind of the verdict for you guys for tomorrow? How are you guys approaching Friday? I want to see this trace into the Sisty before she dumps. How are you guys approaching Friday? Curious to know chat's response here. Good reaction here. Reclose back above at the 54. Sketchy, man. What's the 15 look like? That's a good identifier. Oh, wait, hold up. There's some faith. There's some faith here. A little 15-minute fair value. Yes. Oh, and an SMT. Hold up. And ES is the leading SMT, which means my SPY put, or ES is a stronger asset than this SMT, which means my SPY put, chat. Or my SPY call. Wait, chat, that's an SMT and gap fill. That's an SMT and gap fill. SMT and gap fill confirm with a closure on the 60 here. This might, wait, we might have some faith here. Chat, we might have some faith. Close above the 60 on the following 15, and the next 15 opens in 7 minutes. Wait, this could be feasible. Chat. Am I being ambitious or am I being ambitious? I think I'm being ambitious. I think I'm being a little too ambitious here. But this is a valid SMT within a gap fill. This is a completely valid SMT and gap fill. And it's a 15-minute gap. Feel like there will be a lot of news tomorrow. I'm probably gonna skip tomorrow. Not a bad idea. So stoked with the manual lockout trade on Ninja make big. Yeah, it's funny that they did that for prop firms, but not personal. I was hoping that they would roll out that feature for personal trading as well, because I have a Ninja Trader personal account. But I guess that's for another date. They'll do that. So stoked. Yeah, it's really nice though, because people were just constantly like opening up the charts like degenerates just to like grab one more trade, and that fucked over so many people, dude. So many people got screwed over by that. So it's really nice that they did that. It's gonna hurt the prop firms a bit when more people are locking out and getting payouts, but hey, I'm happy with it. This would be the 15. We'll mark this as the 1560. Oh no, chat. Oh, it's gonna remove the SMT. I'm being ambitious. I want these calls to retrace power hour back up into those highs. Damn it. That's unfortunate, man. Might have been a little too ambitious here, chat. It's okay. It happens, man. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Sending a quick text here. Not looking good here. Likely gonna remove the SMT. Uh-oh. Think you're solid on your call? I don't know, dude. I don't know. That SMT is not good. If it removes the SMT, it's gonna be game over on this 100%. It's gonna be a goner. Oh no. Oh no. SMT removal, man. Uh-oh. Last hour of market as well. Theta is gonna kick in on these contracts too. Oh, it's about to remove the SMT. That's gonna suck. It's looking like we're actually gonna get an invalidation here. If somehow this holds, we'll be fine, but I'm not gonna lie, Chad. I'm not confident in this anymore. I might have to trim this out. Might have to take the L on this final contract. We're still up on the trade, so I don't know why I'm acting like it's a big deal, but did remove the SMT. Somehow, if this SMT holds, we'll be fine. But ugh. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Oh no. It's kissing it, man. Hey, sometimes SMT break triggers reversal. We can reverse. Trump speaking at 3. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked, chat. Unless he says positive news, we're cooked. This last contract, I've got it at a minus 10. I've got it at break even, but I might move it to minus 10% because I want to see a power hour run. I might be a little. Which SMT indicator do you use? Thanks. I mark it out myself. I mark out the SMT myself. I just have dual split screen here, NASDAQ and ES, and I mark it out. All right, there goes the SMT removal likely. Oof. Oh, that's GG's chat. Equal lows? Do No, we're screwed. All right, likely gonna take the L on this. All right, there goes the removal of SMT now. Big time removal. Uh-oh. Word. No positive. He's attacking Iran. Yeah, that's GG's then on this chat. He's talking in 2 minutes, is he? Oh, geez. They're talking at 3, I guess. Yeah, it's in 2 minutes. Jeepers, chat. Not good. Not good, not good, not good. Well, no longer SMT. 15-minute did not hold. This is probably going to tank. Wow. Well, literally that fair value gap I told you guys about to watch for continuation into shorts is playing out beautifully now. SMT is a confluence. It's not mandatory for me. I literally told you guys though, chat. Okay, here we go. There goes Trump ready to speak, man. GG's chat. How unfortunate. Yeah, that did not hold at all. One could dream, chat. One could dream that was going to hold, but I think we were a little ambitious there. A little ambitious. Trump speaking as well. And it's not looking too sharp for me, chat. Oh, geez, here we go. Watch it pop up. We just somehow see I've decided to halt attacks on Iran. Boom. Just see market pump up like 7,000 bucks. I'm joking. McDonald's job application line going to be huge. Yeah, I got stopped. I got stopped break even on that option contract, by the way, chat. Officially retraced into my break even. That was my entry period. Unfortunato, man, but can't have it all. They didn't want to see me win, chat. It's okay. Nah, we won on most of that position. I can't even complain. But there goes the new 30-minute open as well. GG. Tell you guys to let me know what Trump says. I'm sure I'll be able to tell just on what market does as well, but I'm curious to know. Chat, be my insider info here. Because I'm likely, if Trump is speaking at 3 chat, I'll likely once again do an earlier PM session. No reason for us to waste our time around these charts, dude. It's just not worth it. Did not worth it. Born against the sky when you hit it up. Market's a little stale while Trump is speaking. Okay, okay, okay. See if I can see Trump speaking on my Trump live. Oh, he's live right now, chat. Deal with people and people aren't able to communicate with anybody else, so because leadership has been gone. The first level is gone. We need to meet a new level. NATO and allies go take your oil from Iran. US won't help. Oh, jeepers. Oh, jeepers. Yikes, chat. Baron probably long, so better to wait. Yeah, right. Dude, craziest insider info gig of the century, man. Imagine your relative is the president, dude. Hey, I was wondering, are you planning on attacking Iran? Yeah, we're at all-time highs though, Dad. Yeah, short the market, kid. Power hour. Dude, literally, chat, on stream though, I called this out. I told you guys I'm looking for a continuation of shorts after this retrace into this imbalance. I said the high 970s. You guys can look back on the stream. I literally said that, and we hit that to a literal T. That was a beautiful, beautiful predictive or prediction there. We do the same in his shoes, 100%, man. 110%, man. Are you kidding me? Oh, SMT. Bullish SMT, chat. Bullish SMT. If market trends are here, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it if market trends are here. Imagine just fully goes to my TP, flies up. That was so weird, Chad. I had the YouTube live stream open with Trump, and I saw a bunch like, oh, ass kissing GCC countries with you, and I was like, excuse me? Didn't realize I was on the Trump live stream YouTube chat. Whoops. Chat. Imagine it just goes back to my full TP here. I don't recognize the representatives next to him on the stream either. Yeah, we would all, I think everybody with a sane mind would do the exact same as Barron Trump, dude. Itchy nose, man. These allergies up here killing me. Chad, if you haven't traded today, or if you're done trading for today, highly recommend stay done. Lock out the charts. This is not, we have 50 minutes until the technical PM session close. It's not worth it, man. Give yourself the break. It's gonna run back, imagine. Well, now there's an SMT in Gapville. Not for long, but there's still an SMT. Okay, no longer an SMT. This is my luck, chat. This bullish SMT somehow gonna hold because Trump's not gonna say super bearish news, and market's just gonna decide to Hail Mary its way back up into those highs, and I'm just gonna have to take it like a champ. Unless it holds, that'd be dope, but I doubt it holds here. Very much so doubt it holds. Discipline is everything, right? Yep. You know it. That's why we're not trading right now. You guys could sit on here and watch me trade fake setups. I could be a guru, a furu right now and take some fake trades just to entertain you guys, but you guys know that's not my gig, man. All right, now we're closing into the encroachment of the fair value. Oh boy. If this doesn't reverse here, I think price is going to trace back to that fair value in the last 50 minutes of market open. If this holds, we'll be fine. If not, it's actually game over, chat, if this doesn't hold. Oh, not a good look on SPY though. SPY's leading here. Yikes. All right, chat. Well, it's gonna probably tie back in my TP. God, I'm like so bored trading these markets. I want, unless it just fills the gap and holds that, but low chance, chat. Low chance. Bad chance. Do I prefer sleepy Joe Biden markets or Trump markets? I prefer Trump markets, but not geopolitical Trump markets. I prefer stable Trump markets over stable Biden markets, but I don't prefer geopolitical Trump markets over sleepy Biden markets. Because I could be in the most picture perfect setup and he literally whips out his phone and tweets one thing and the market is down 600 points. Like I don't, there's no world in where that's fun to trade, you know? Also, chat's gonna inverse this, dude. Oh my Lord. Already pre-market out, might as well, right? Pre-market out. Maybe if I pre-market out, market will get scared. Yeah, I agree with the Geo Trump. Yeah, like Geo, we can all agree Trump markets are better. That it's been the case. He's an economics guy. It's also like he's generally he does create okay impact on economics, right? But like this is not the market I want to trade. Like the fact that people are building algorithms off of Trump speeches to take trades for them is diabolical in my mind. I think that's insane. That we've come to a point that we want to trade markets based on what our president says. That's not trading, you know, that's you might as well gamble at that point. Like you might as well go all on red. All right, there goes the inversion. Pre-marked it out for a reason, right? Trump trading desk is insane. Yeah, his last presidency was a lot calm. Yeah, exactly. His last presidency was great. That was fantastic. I capitalized on that market so well. But now with geopolitical news, dude, like fucking A, man. Like I might as well go to the casino instead of trade PM session. Like right now, if I were an active trader, I would rather go to the casino than trade this market. And I'm not even joking when I say that. I would actually rather go to the casino and like card count on blackjack than anything else, dude, you know? Not saying I card count, just general comment. Don't come tag me, casinos. I don't go to you guys anyways. Is that an Arc'teryx cap? Yeah, it's an Arc'teryx hat. Got this like 2 years ago, dude. It's comfy, man. Nice. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's 15 minutes. A milli. Might fail the inversion, but I don't want to jinx it. They're awaiting Trump for a healthcare affordability event as of right now. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the Lab live streams. I know it's not the most entertaining stream, but we're also kind of in a very iffy market right now. So at least we're doing our best here, chat, with the resources we got. Not tapping the fair value gap and boom. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Tapped into the encroachment of this fair value and phew, rocket higher. That's likely what's gonna happen. No way this bullish S&T holds, dude. Closure of this bullish S&T, that's an invalid. It's gonna be a continuation actually. Failed closure, then no. It is entertaining for sure. A little bit intense when Alex shares his screen on the 15-second chart. Were you good? Yeah, dude, I don't even blame you. Even myself, man. I ask Alex every session. I'm like, how does he do it, bro? You could not pay me to trade the 15-second chart, man. I'd be losing my mind. I would be losing my mind trading the 15-second chart chat. I have no business trading the 15 second. Mm-mm. On my mind, Kane is already in this. Who knows, man? Kane's a demon. Oh. Bit of a tiring day, chat. Jeez Louise, I'm like yawning nonstop. I literally just finished a 3.5 hour drive and then hopped immediately on stream, so that's probably also why I'm feeling a little bit fatigued. Oh, see, sideways. Are you in SoCal? No, I'm in NorCal right now, but I drove even more NorCal today. Help a buddy move out, so I'm literally that's why it's probably a little echoey right now, as I'm in a fully empty room helping him move his stuff out. Drove from San Francisco. Hmm. Well, GG's chat. I live in NorCal for about 7. Oh, sweet. Whereabouts in SoCal are you? That's super sick. Well, chat. GG's, man. Inversion, failed inversion, or inversed into expansion into SMT confirmation here. So we're finally going to get likely going to see my TP now. So entry signature here, by the way, would look like closure above, stop at this protected low. I'd likely do an inversion fair value gap though for a tighter stop, target this high. Gonna map this out for you guys so you guys can kind of see what I would do. Depends on if we get a closure though. I'm in, will in the mountains east of LA area above Palm Springs. Oh, sweet. No way. Super sick. That's very nice. Yeah, I was just in LA for a few days. And then I'm actually planning, so I'm moving to Florida, but I don't want to only be based in Florida because to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the Floridian lifestyle. So I'm planning on grabbing a place in San Diego just to enjoy California a bit. Do California, London, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Well, chat, GG's. San Diego is probably the best place. I can't lie. I agree. San Diego's so nice. So nice. Lived in San Diego for 8 years. Great place. I was in Del Mar and Rancho Santa Fe. Oh, nice. Damn, a lot of San Diego folks here. Jeez Louise, man. We got quite a few of you guys from San Diego. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm planning on doing San Diego for a bit. I'm a big fan of the gig there. Good set of people there too. I'm a fan. Wow, chat. Oh, now it's gonna play out. Want to see Naz and ES here push higher now, ideally. Looking for really good push higher. People's great, weather's great, restaurants are great. It's like the complete different vibe from anything in Cali. Yeah, I mean, it's more laid back, but also like a really good community aspect from what I've heard. I have a really good buddy of mine whose sister lives in San Diego. She's a professional runner for Saucony or Saucony, whatever you want to say. And she was like, Leo, you'd love it here. It's like the environment is great, the people are fantastic, lots of entrepreneurs, like lots of like-minded people to me. And I'm like, sold. Don't have to convince me twice. I'm already there. I'm already there. That's really neat, though. It's good to know that. What would you guys recommend as the best place? What do you guys think about Encinitas? Because I was thinking about living in Encinitas. Encinitas. I don't know how you say it. Encinitas? Because I think the location there seems really nice. So I was curious to see if we had some input now that I see chat as some San Diego connoisseurs. I've got to ask for the input, you know? Never been to beach. Encinitas is great. Awesome. Okay, good. So I was looking at a couple beachside places there, and they're really nice. Like I'm thinking about buying, but honestly, chat, like I'm still so young. I think I'm gonna just like explore until I finally find a place that like feels like home. So I'll probably just like rent for a bit in San Diego, see how I really like it before I like fully commit to a lifestyle or fully commit to a location. Because who knows, chat? We could be in France and London. There's many different places, man. Life is life, dude. Chat, we're likely gonna end stream here in like 10 or so minutes. So you see this price action, like there's no reason to get involved in this. I'm not interested in getting involved personally. Like we're gonna see a retrace into the SysD before we see an expansion higher into power hour. NQ pulling higher. NQ still hasn't confirmed the SysD though. It is also the weaker S and T pair, so ES is the preferred asset to long in this example. Never been. A lot of fun waves in that zone. You into football? A little bit, not too much. More basketball. So are you fully committed to waking up early? Yeah, 100%, dude. It's been my lifestyle for years now, man. I feel like I've been committed to this. I've been committed to this craft, man. This is my sanctuary now. There goes the retrace. No systy closure. It's rejecting off of the EQ of the previous 30 minute. What is this movement, man? Catch me a break. Alrighty, which club do you prefer? PSG? PSG. I can't lie, man. I think that was an easy read. I thought you were talking American football, but for regular football, yeah, PSG. Big PSG fan. PSG. Look at this. Close back above the EQ, but this is sleepy, dude. I'm literally gonna fall asleep driving home. It's like so tiring. Oh, crack my knuckles there. Happy to know Encinitas is great though, because that was one of the. What are some other good spots in San Diego though, chat? Those of you that were from there, some good places to live, close to water. I surf, wake up early, run and bike a lot. Chat, yesterday we did a 10,000 yard swim in 2 sessions. It was tough. It was a tough one yesterday. There's a retap into the 60 here. Nice retap on that 60. Sudi is nice. Carlsbad, Pacific Beach. Yeah, everybody says Carlsbad. Okay, that's good to know. And how's pricing in San Diego as well? It's not a big issue for me. I'm just curious to know. Just want to know like what it looks like. Probably cheaper than San Francisco. I mean, San Francisco you pay arm and a leg for something. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh wow, there's some really solid spots in Carlsbad. All right, I'll stop looking. I can actually pay attention. Yeah, because it'd be Carlsbad, sweet. That's why I like to see the Encinitas vibe, but cheaper. Nice, nice. That's good to know. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Very much so appreciated. See, this is indecisive, chat. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm just going to end this segment in the next few minutes here. Just saving myself mental sanity for a Friday as well. I just have no reason to want to really get involved here, chat. This just isn't for me. This isn't my type of market. You guys know this. Those of you that watch the daily sessions, you know this is not my market. It is a dope small mountain town. Oh, sweet. Idlewild. Okay, that's good to know. Idlewild. I like the names in San Diego. Idlewild. Trying to see location wise where it is. Oh, it's still not super. Yeah, it's still not. Oh, wait, what? Idlewild, Chicago. No, wrong spot. Wrong spot. We need a strong closure above this EQ. If not, we're just going to see price not pull where we want it to go. How far from the water is it? Oh, it's quite far from the water. It's not super far, but Seems nice. Seems like a cool spot. Thanks for the Rex chat. Student, yes, sir. Oblivious, yes, sir. That's Inland Empire, but it's all biochem is there. No, you're good. Dylan 8393. I'm confused. What is that for? Discord, is it? What exactly is that for, boss man? Would we type it in chat? North Park is where it's at. I've lived North Island. Nice. Such a nice place to live. I was planning that person. Oh, you're good, no worries. Yeah, oblivious I am. Correct. I am. Don't hesitate to reach out to me on Discord. Reach out to me on Discord, that'd be the best place too. Yeah, chat. No reason to get involved here, man. I'm fully locked out on everything, by the way. We're just calling it wraps. We're calling it wraps, chat. No reason to want to get involved on this. Final questions, comments, concerns. I just typed it in chat, by the way, chat. I know I'm not moderated here, but it's this one here. I'm typing it a few times to Discord. There's the Discord. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, anything of that regard, questions about anything, don't hesitate to ask at all. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-dum, bum. It's going to validate a continuation. It's going to respect that and pull higher. MQ closed. That's it. Yeah, chat. It's in chat right now. So thanks, brother. Thanks. I'm out to this account. This is account blow up PA. 100%. Not where you want to get involved. Alrighty, chat. On that note, I'm going to be hopping off right now. So thank you all for tuning in as per usual. Smaller session, but hour and a half of reading some markets live with you guys. Got a pretty good read for the most part, but like just not the type of market I like to be trading personally. So for that reason, I'm out. I want to conserve myself and my energy for AM session tomorrow, so I don't go mentally insane, ideally. And other than that, guys, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Thursdays. Thank you all for tuning in as per usual. And without further ado, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing to the live stream if you have not already. And I will see you all in the very next stream. Thank you all so much, and I'll catch you all in the very next stream. Later, everybody. Bye.